God damn, this game still sucks. Yeah, okay, so I got a whole lot of messages from people and they were like, Eclipse, you have to play the new Arcane Lineage update that comes out March 1st. You have to, because they listened to everything you said and the game's gonna be good now. So, is the game good now? No, God, no, not even close. Right now, it's sitting at about 10,000 players, so I guess 10,000 people seem to think it does, but yeah, I am not one of them, not by any stretch of the imagination. Now that said, I will say that I'm going to be extremely biased, and I don't care, because this video didn't want to happen. It just didn't want to get made. First of all, we can talk about the tutorial, or the barely tutorial. Yeah, so they added a tutorial to the game, but it's like it barely does anything. It teaches you about fighting enemies and tells you that you can level up. You know, things that I couldn't figure out how to do on the first time. So objectively speaking, we're in a better spot than we were the last time I played this. That being said, does it actually help you with, like, you know, the rest of the game? Like, how to get classes, how to get subclasses, how to heal yourself, all of these things that you're going to be doing. No. It doesn't tell you any of that because why would it? Now, the other thing about the tutorial that's really, really cool is that it can soft lock you. So you can't play. Yeah, I wish that I was making this up. I really, really do. But upon first launching the game and playing through the new tutorial, it soft locked my game. So I had to restart it. And here's where the problems begin, because of Roblox's stupid, dumbass, piece of shit new interface that they put in some ways long ago instead of just using the browser. And so when I quit out, it brought me to this. I said, screw it, tabbed out, launched the game again through the browser, and because OBS is stupid and Roblox is stupid, it decided that what it actually wanted to record was Roblox desktop instead of, you know, the actual game I'm playing. Which means that I played this stupid piece of crap for over an hour and a half, and did any of that footage get saved? Can I use any of that footage for this video? No, I can't, because it all looks like this. Yay! Woo! I want to kill myself. So anyways, let's try to talk about my experiences with the game without the footage that supports it, because go figure. I don't have a structure because I don't care, and I'm just pissed off. I'm just gonna start listing problems. Problem number 1, the starter town. This place is a disaster. It's confusing, it's full of pointless crap, and like, I can't even fathom how they thought this was a good idea and left it in the state that it's in. There are buildings upon buildings upon buildings in this stupid starter town, and I would say roughly 60 to 70% of those buildings are completely empty. So let me ask you, why would you put a whole bunch of empty buildings in the starter area of the game? Or let me rephrase that. Why would you put a bunch of empty buildings in any part of the game? And it's like insult to injury when you look at the fact that several of the buildings have these black void boxes that block you from going inside of them. Which means that there are some buildings where they were like, you know, maybe you shouldn't be able to go inside of this because there's literally nothing in there. But for all these other buildings, they were like, oh no, that's good. You know what, it's fine if you can just go into a building that has nothing in it. That won't waste anybody's time whatsoever. Oh, but that's not a problem, Eclipse, because if you just used the wiki or the Trello, it would tell you where all the stuff was, so you wouldn't waste your time going into empty buildings. And therein, you just explained the problem. Congratulations, thank you. The guild quests have a little quest indicator now. Yay, so you can actually see how many things you're supposed to kill instead of, you know, guessing completely. That's all well and good until you realize that the guild quests themselves are f***ing awful. Let's talk about fighting enemies, or more specifically, finding enemies to fight. This is something that I touched on in my original video, and I'm gonna be talking about it again, because this sucks. So, you want me to go kill 20 enemies, do you? In other words, you want me to be running in circles over and over and over again, hoping enemies show up, because it's completely RNG whether or not they show up, and oftentimes it takes forever for them to show up. If I had the footage, which I really wish that I had, I was going to time out exactly how much time I spent running in circles versus how much time I spent actually playing the game. And I can guarantee you that it was 60, 70, probably 80% running around in circles and 20% actually playing the video game. I promise you that that's true. At some point, I got an item that made it so that way enemy encounters could show up more often, and that's all well and good, but I don't even know how I got the item. I assume it was just a random drop. More randomness. Go figure. And you know what? While we're on the topic of randomness, we might as well talk about the combat. It's a non sequitur, I don't care. The combat in this game could have been good, but they screwed it up. Because, of course, they did. It's supposed to be a skill-based RPG turn-based game where it's kind of like Paper Mario, where you can skillfully dodge attacks by pressing the buttons at the right time, except for when there are attacks that don't have button prompts, that you can't avoid, that just hit you no matter what. That's fucking stupid. My favorite instance, which recording's gone, so who cares, is when I went to the little jungle forest area and I got into a fight against some like darkness incarnate that used an attack that was unavoidable that did 90% of my health and then killed me. Yeah, that's fun. Are we having fun with that? No, nobody's having fun with that. What the hell is wrong with the people who made this? And let's say you don't get hit by a bunch of attacks that you literally can't avoid. Well, the enemy sure can't avoid your attacks. I had one instance where a thief dodged 7 of my attacks in a row. 7 of them. I wrote it down just to be sure. And goddamn, I wish I had that footage, but it's gone. Do you want to know how infuriating it is to attack an enemy 7 times and do 0 damage to them? And you know what? I'm circling all the way back to the world quests, because why not? Or the guild quests. In the footage that I do have, you might notice that I got a quest to destroy sand golems. You want to know how many sand golems I found while I was trying to get this footage? 0! 0 sand golems! Not one! I played for like 20 minutes and I didn't find a singular goddamn sand golem because it's all random! It's all random! Oh, and we'll go back again. You know how I mentioned the fact that you can get the little quest indicator journal log that tells you how many enemies that you need to defeat? Well, this only applies to the guild quests. So that means for every single other quest in the entirety of the game, the way you track it is you don't. The way you track it is you don't. You don't track it. Yeah, I guess my character was too stupid to write a little quest journal like in any other good game that you could play. No, in this game, you're supposed to write your own quest journal, dumbass. What are we playing, Dungeons and Dragons? No, we're playing a video game. The developers should have thought this through and put in a quest journal, but they couldn't be bothered. Or I guess they could be bothered for the guild quests and nothing else. I suppose it was too hard to add a little list of things that says such and such is in the starter town and is looking for XYZ. You should go find it. That's too hard for them. That they couldn't be bothered to do that. And you know what? It's all well and good because at least they fixed the barren wasteland problem, right? Right? No, they didn't. No, of course they didn't. Why would, what's wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? No, the barren wasteland problem, 100% intact. 80% of the space completely unused. 20% of the space has NPCs that barely tell you what the hell's going on. I mean, hey, at the very least, this time around, I had a sword, and when I talked to the sword NPC that I found by complete chance, I could train myself in sword things. So, you know, at least you can give me credit. This time around, I didn't end the game with just one ability. Yeah! Yeah, I'm the best at this game. Now, if I hadn't randomly talked to this NPC outside of the gate that looks exactly the same as all the other gates that all have the same amount of guards, except for this one specific guard is the only guard in the entire game that can train you in skills, which is very clearly fantastic design. You know, at the very least I did that, and that's great, right? No, it's not great. And the barren wastelands are just topped off by fast travel. Good God, fast travel. You can't be serious. So I wandered off into that desert, right? You've probably been seeing a lot of desert because that's like all I recorded. And I found a fast travel NPC so I could register the location and so I could skip these stupid barren wastelands later. Right? I can skip the... No, I can't skip the barren wastelands because some psychopath made it so you have to pay to use the fast travel and it costs an absorbent amount. I'm here and I can't even afford it to go back. Why? Bad design. That this whole game is just bad design. Why is anybody playing this? 10,000? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, let me collect myself. And of course, we can't top any of this off with the fact that this dumbass piece of shit is still a f***ing permadeath game for no reason. Because permadeath is cool. And how do you reset your permadeath things? How do you cleanse your soul? Who f***ing knows? I don't. So when I got killed 3 times, what do you think happened? Oh, all the way back to the start. Yes! The gameplay loop of this video game is mindlessly grind enemies in an area, so that way you can go to another area to mindlessly grind enemies to go to a nut. It's blocks fruit.